Hey everyone, PT Hylton here. I want to do two things in this video. First, I want to give you a little update on the sequel to Regulation 19, A Place Without Shadows. And second, I want to do a little book haul of some books that I got recently. And I guess third, I want to show you a new location in my home, the dining room. You might hear my dog knocking over his food and water dish a little bit. There it is. He's hungry. So if you read Regulation 19, you may have noticed at the end there was a note that said the sequel would be out in September 2014, and as you may have noticed, it is not out yet, but it is going to be out in October, end of October. It'll be out on October 29th, so be looking forward to that. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait for you all to start reading it. Second thing is, so recently in a book video by Amanda Nielsen, I learned about this website called Book Outlet that I did not know about, and apparently Book Outlet is a website that when bookstores such as Barnes & Noble and other bookstores, when they can't sell a book and they return it to the publisher can in turn sell it to another place, and one of those places is Book Outlet, and then Book Outlet sells it at a discount to cheap people like myself. Check out this. I got my first box. Ridiculously low prices. Get it? Ridiculously low. All right, so what I did is I wanted to see how many books I could get for $20 on this website. Let's see how I did. So the first book I got is a nonfiction book. It's called Smarter Than You Think by Clive Thompson. This book got a lot of buzz probably the beginning of this year, maybe the end of last year. I was very interested in it. The tagline is how technology is changing our minds for the better. So it kind of goes against the common wisdom that the technology is making us dumber, and talks a little bit about that. So very excited to read that one. Second book is another nonfiction book, My Life is an Experiment by A.J. Jacobs. A.J. Jacobs is the author of a few books that I like. He did The Know-It-All, which was a book where in a year he read the Encyclopedia Britannica. He did The Year of Living Biblically, where he tried to follow all the rules in the Bible. For a year, he did Drop Dead Healthy, where he tried to live the ultimate healthy lifestyle. I like his books because they're lighthearted, they're funny, but they also have a lot of heart, and they also have a good message to them. So I'm excited about My Life is an Experiment. This is, I think, kind of an anthology of some of his shorter experiments on himself, probably ones that have appeared in magazines, I imagine, and stuff like that. So I love me some A.J. Jacobs. Excited about this one. Next up, we got Red Shirts by John Scalzi. If you are into science fiction, you've probably heard about this book. It was quite the buzz last year, I think. It takes place in kind of a Star Trek-like world where there's some very famous officers who on this battleship who never seem to get hurt or die in the battles, but the enlisted red shirts always die. And this, I believe, is about one of those red shirts. It's supposed to be very, very funny, action-packed. I love John Scalzi's writing, so excited to check that one out. Finally, two books from one of my favorites, George Pelecanos. I've got The Way Home and The Turnaround. So George Pelecanos was a writer on the TV show The Wire. He's also a very good crime novelist. I love his Nick Stefanos books. The first one's called A Firing Offense. If you like kind of hard-boiled stories, you would definitely like that one. I give it a big recommendation. It takes place, a lot of his books, maybe all of his books, I haven't read all his books, but all the books I've read of his take place in Washington, D.C. He does a great job of using that city. These are two of his standalone books that I have not read, so very much looking forward to that. Okay, so that is what I got for $20 on bookoutlet.com. Pretty good, right? If you have read any of these books or want to hear about any of these books in particular, if there's one that you'd like me to read first before the others, put it in the comments below and I'll add it to my list for October, my ever-growing to-read list. If you have another way that you get discount books, if you're cheap like me and you have some secret way to get discount books, let me know, because I didn't know about Book Outlet till I watched that Book Riot video, so there's probably the other stuff I'm missing out on too. That's going to do it for this time. I will talk to you later, and until then, keep reading.